Yo, what's going on YouTube? This video is just a vent video. Honestly, if this video don't get no views, it's understandable. So basically, today I'm finna talk about the election and how I feel as we as black people, no matter who we vote for, we're not gonna have a good outcome. And it's been happening like this for generations, honestly. We never really had a good outcome voting for a president. To really be honest, we mostly get the shitty end of the stick most of the time. And it's a lot. Like, even like Donald Trump, like, I see a lot of dumbass niggas. Niggas talking about, we gonna get our shit back. Like, all the scammers, we finna be lit when Trump. Shut up, nigga. He's not, like, no more PPP loans. We not in the pandemic gang. Like, I know a lot of niggas is stuck in 2020 because the way how 2020 happened was so weird. And I'm not gonna front, the pandemic did make life weird. Like, things do feel weird. Like, people you was mad close with, you don't even know them anymore. It was a weird time. It was an anything moment. It was that is an anything. That was a moment in history. Fuck you talking about. But other than that, nigga, Donald Trump ain't doing shit for you. Project 2025 is in effect. You're definitely getting fucked over. There's no real reason to vote for Trump. Trump don't really give a fuck about you. How do we tell you? Trump cares about the billionaires that he's made money with, the companies that he's made money with, families he's made money with. He don't give a fuck about y'all. What the fuck? He don't even give a fuck about those white people in the Midwest. All those white people that you see going crazy hard for Trump. Trump don't give a fuck about them either. And this whole like aliens thing and getting rid of immigrants and I'm gonna go down to the border and shoot the immigrant. Like, all that's insane. Like, going to the border to shoot a bunch of immigrants is crazy. Plus, like, people haven't really been jumping over the border like that. Like, only 300 people come in a day. Like, nigga Trump was exaggerating it, saying like 3,000 or some crazy shit. And you people really sat there, was like, oh my God, 10,000 people. 10,000 people are coming to America a day. You must be on crack. How do we tell you, gang? And unrealistic. Unrealistic. Trump does not care about you. And it's kind of funny, like, how some of y'all will go so hard for this man whole time. Trump cares about the power that be. He cares about having money within his circle and helping his people, which is billionaires. Help them circulate and generate more money off of you niggas. So, shout out to Trump. And Kamala, she could have the, we don't really know with her because we haven't really seen her actually get into the office. And before you niggas say, she was a vice president, she was a vice president, not actual president, vice president. Yeah, because some of y'all act like I don't know what vice and president, the difference between a president and a vice president is. So I guess we gotta like, I guess I gotta sum it up for y'all. I don't really know if that's really gonna do anything. She could have policies, but based on the government and how the government works and how different systems work, especially when it comes to Congress and powers that be and billion-dollar corporations, European banks that's been they got old money for fucking centuries. When it comes to a lot of those dynamics, those businesses, it's like what she could do, what bills she could pass is within her limitations, because America's a country that cares about money. America's a business. America gives a fuck more about money than the people. I know a lot of us, we think, oh, they pass bills. They never pass bills on behalf of like actual like your like health issues. Like, for instance, like if America really gave a fuck about you niggas, they would give y'all free healthcare. They obviously don't give a fuck about it, so they're not giving us free healthcare. They don't give us free healthcare. I know a lot of military people that are struggling with healthcare, even though they talk about how they help military with this, that, and the third. They really don't. I know a lot of military people that are like losing their minds, that are crazy. A lot of them that have a lot of health issues and are struggling bad, and they still not getting enough help. So it's like America's really just a goofy ass country when it comes to like certain things. They really don't care about moral. This country cares about money and land. That's all this country cares about. As long as you got money and you got some fucking land, nigga, you doing it. Other than that, you got no money, no land, you in shit. You're in shit. And even the land not really yours, because the government could just take that shit. Like, you know how different countries you could really buy land and you could really have that land? Not in America. There's all type of stipulations, certain type of rules. Even when it comes to building a house or having your own, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of dumbass things you got to go through just to get your hands on that. So it's like knowing all of that, and especially seeing how the black community is reacting to both presidents. I mean, both people like going up for presidency. I'm gonna be honest, nothing is gonna change. I mean, again, a whole government, a whole system. It's not just them. It's the Supreme Court. It's other groups in Congress, all types of corporations, billion-dollar, trillion-dollar corporations that's been around been around for decades, centuries. So it's like, again, it goes back to money and power. The only way I could see us as black people doing better or functioning better is if we come together. But I'm going to be honest, gang, we not coming together. Niggas is not coming together. Like, deep down in my soul, that's the only real way we could actually do better. Like, I feel like a lot of black men and black women, if we came together and we invested in our community and we got our dollars circulating around our community, we would have a way better chance and we would do better. But because of that, we are struggling. We are so divided as a community. We're so divided as a people. Not even just black Americans, just black people in general. When it comes to black Caribbeans, black Africans, a lot of us are divided. We have divided ourselves. We separated ourselves from our community instead of helping our community. And a lot of people got greed and envy and all types of bullshit. But that is the things that are hurting us the most. When we were the most together, when we were the strongest. For instance, back then, if y'all know in history, during the Great Depression, black people were doing really successful. And I wonder why. A lot of people wonder why. I don't really wonder why. We know why. Basically, the black dollar was circulating. We were having a lot of money come through. We were helping each other, building each other, basically helping build around the community, having the black dollar circulate around our community, having black banks, black owned banks, black owned schools that were really successful. We were really doing good until, them towns got bombed. All those black successful towns got bombed. Sadly, they did get bombed. And we've got a lot of times where we've had a lot of success by ourselves. That's why a part of me low-key kind of hates like the whole, and it's not really I fuck with Martin Luther King because niggas think like, oh, I don't like Martin Luther King. Like the nonviolent protests, I hate that shit. That was always some bullshit. Like that shit never did anything for us. Civil rights really did not change the dynamic of black people, to be honest. I kind of wish we just stuck to ourselves and as our people and just circulated a black dollar between us, because every time they passed the bill, all it did was separate us. Like when it came to redlining and separating black homes and then building all these prisons around America to lock niggas up, then the CIA, COINTELPRO, and crack. Now all these niggas got their hands on crack cocaine and guns all of a sudden. Like, that's why I say the streets is a myth. The streets was never a real thing in the first place because the streets was made by some white guy, a couple of white guys in the CIA that came up with an idea to come up off of you niggas. That's why I say certain things was never even real in the first place. They were just there. A lot of niggas are part of the program. Like I said in my King Von and Lil Durk video, they're just a part of the program. They're not the program. So when it just comes to stipulations like that, the first thing I got to think of is, damn, a lot of this fuck shit has been going on with us for years. We've gotten fucked over so many times within history. Every time we put our hands together and we fight back, we always lose. Even when it comes to certain things, like for instance, like the Shells Company with Africa, a certain place in Ghana, they were doing a lot of wicked shit to the town. A lot of people were getting sick. The oil was spreading everywhere. Different reservoirs was filled up. It was bad. And they had a governing person around there fighting, and they were fighting on behalf of that person, and that person, mysteriously died. And you know how that goes. And they got a new guy, and then he was pushing for more of the bullshit to harm those people. And it's like, we always getting fucked over. We always getting the worst end of our stick. And I feel like we never stick together. We're always fighting. We're always in, even Africa, they had so many fucking issues when it comes to just cause I'm not gonna front. Colonization did a number on us, nigga. Colonization did a number on us. Jesus Christ, that shit did a number on us. Like, even right now, a lot of dumbass people like Akon, he got his country billions in debt that they can't repay because China found a way of a scheme where they could, have a little business shit and come buy property. And then if you can't, pay them back, then you owe them billions in debt, which a country that doesn't even have the money the GDP to even go head to head with that company. So now China's gonna come over there and take over their fucking land because people like Akon, scammers, like black people that scam out their own people, that sell out their own people. Like, you got dumbass nigga, and that's another thing. Like, you got black people that sell out their own people for bullshit. And it's just a lot of bullshit. Like, even within America, like, we're not really doing well. Like, we're doing well. We're doing better than we were before, like, in the 90s and the 80s, because Gen X, I ain't gonna front. Gen X, they got hit with crack, cocaine, mass incarceration, HIV/AIDS. Oh my God, yo, Gen X, they. I ain't gonna front. I have a lot of grace for Gen X because I understand why a lot of Gen X people are fucked up. Like, especially growing up in New York, you know a lot of old Gen X niggas that really like they really had a fucked up life. Like a lot of them, they couldn't repair from that. Like a lot of them are stuck. They haven't really made any real improvements in life, and it is sad to look at them because they're like the example of like what happened at that time. They're like the perfect example of like X, Y, and Z. But it's fucked up. But that's the way that they are, and it's a lot of things we got fucked over by. Like, so it's like when it comes to this election, it's like either way you vote, you getting fucked. Either way you vote, you getting fucked up, gang. Like either way you vote, nothing's really gonna change. I don't think anything's gonna change with black men or black women unless we fight, we take control, we take order, and we come together as a community and we really fight back. Cause we have the numbers now, nigga. Like it's not like this country like we've grown as a population. We have the numbers to fight back. We have the ability to come back, but people are scared to speak to people in their community. Some people feel like they don't want to help their community or they don't want to help themselves. Everybody wants to be selfish. The black community not really a community no more. That's why I kind of hate the word black community because we just a bunch of niggas now just living amongst each other, and we everybody's living for themselves. We not living for each other. We're not taking care of each other. We're not helping each other like we used to. And it's stuff like that. Like, I think the only way we could ever find success is if we stick together, honestly. And it's funny. It's like, yeah, Kamala Harris, she might have a good policy. Trump don't give a fuck. Trump, that nigga care about the billions. That nigga don't give a fuck about nothing. Trump, my son Trump, Kamala, I don't really know. It's like kind of like, yeah, she could, she couldn't. It's like, it's whatever. It's whatever. I know some niggas are weird. Like some niggas, I seen some posts like voting for Kamala Harris is gonna affect black men's masculinity. Something is wrong with you niggas. What? How does anything she how does anything that Kamala Harris does affect your masculinity, bro? Tell me, are you niggas like I swear, some of you niggas are weird. Like this election is making me really understand some of you niggas are weird. Like there's no way Kamala Harris is affecting you as a man being masculine. I don't see it. Something is really wrong with y'all. It's like we have so much division between each other, between race, between that person's lighter than that person's darker than this person. We got all these weird stipulations and rules on each other. We got all these different stereotypes. And I've noticed a lot of black men and black women are very hard on each other, which I find strange because y'all will be hard on you will be hard on your own women, or you'll be hard on your own men, vice versa, and have so much grace for crusaders, which I don't even want me to get into that conversation because I start fessing both of y'all up. I see it on the internet every day, and it's like the division is really hurting us. Fuck voting for the president. The only way we could ever affect their money is if we put our money together and we stop buying into their bullshit and we start buying into our own bullshit. Not our own bullshit, but our community. That's the only way. That's the only way that we will ever affect their money. And that's the only way that the government would actually bend rules for us, is if they realize, damn, these people are actually starting to affect our market. We have to bend to them. We have to change some stipulations, some rules. And they've done it before, but it's not really, we always get the worst part of it. Like we always get, it's like it comes with a big sacrifice. It's like, yeah, you got this, but then X, Y, and Z is just horrible. It's like, yeah, it's like, this is great, but like, we got like 1,000 other issues. Like we always get the worst end. So it's like, vote for Kamala or vote for Trump. It's like, what is that really going to change for us? Plus the whole immigrant thing and Trump's like whole angle with that is kind of contradicting itself, because the government needs like immigrants to work. I said this in a video a long time ago. If y'all want to watch it, I'm gonna put it like up at the end. Yeah, the Midwest is dried out. A lot of those white people on crack. They don't want to work. They have white fear, which white fear is basically like, these people are gonna come to your neighborhoods. They're gonna take over your neighborhoods. They're gonna go to your schools. They're gonna do better than your kids. Like shit like that. That's the shit that Trump and them pump out, which works. So they feel like America's not going to be America anymore, yada, yada, yada. They're on fentanyl. So now they have all those immigrants working there, working at all these companies, because most of America's dead. Most of America, there are a lot of cities around America in the Midwest are abandoned, so they need immigrants to build back the city, yada, yada, yada. I'm just giving you niggas a speed run. So his policy contradicts itself because America needs immigrants. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Most of the white population is not working in America. I know it may seem that way, but it's not. It's mostly not. How do I tell you? How do I tell you? And most of them are on welfare. They are the highest on welfare. But that goes to show you that a lot of them have property, and it goes to show you about the whole thing in history where they were like, yes, we give the poor whites just a little bit more than the black whites just to separate themselves from each other. They do stuff like that a lot. Because they still own most of the properties in America. Don't forget that shit. No matter how they on welfare, yada, 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 they still have most of the properties. This, again, goes back to land and money. That's something that we are heavily lacking in. And the only way that changes is if we come together and if we buy into our community, if we help each other, we help our businesses. We have our own farms. We have our own, our own businesses, schools, this, that, and the third. But we teach our kids about our history and not the bullshit history that they teaching in school. And they're trying to get rid of teaching black history, actual black history in school, which is crazy. So I don't even know how that bill's going. That's a wicked bill to pass. That's insane. So we have to build ourselves up. That's the only way I could see it happening. But that's what I really got to say, Phil. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm going to see you on the next YouTube video. Peace.
Got a lot to get off my chest. These niggas move funny but never correct. I never mind it cause they don't know the trauma of niggas slipping, trying to catch one of breath. Think to myself, not right in the head. I keep it passive but get pushed to the edge. And when I'm started, I just want niggas dead. Gasping for air cause my foot on they necks, nigga. Bitch calling up my phone, went straight to the tone. Too bad that she fucked on the eye. Keep some shit on my hip, no lie. Gotta watch it for pics. 13th always stay on my car. And these niggas that swear that they live in the life they don't live in a minute, start talking the car. And this I better get up and get it or turn to a victim ass nigga with piss and no pie. Niggas tripping, you can get it with me. Always keep the city hollows, leaving terror on block. Ripping kidneys on those who envy, got a gut feeling you ain't seeing tomorrow. Shots ringing in the top, screeching, flowing in the secret shit, repeating a lot. Blood cleaning from coagulation from the ones that's taken, but they never forgot.